Ozolyte is an excellent electrolyte analyzer and it is an ideal product for labs of a medium and large size. Also, hospitals of medium and large size will find this to be an ideal product. Before we start understanding the features and benefits and strategy for Ozolyte, it's important that we understand that electrolyte is a very general term. Any substance which forms ions in aqueous solution are called as electrolytes. This includes sodium, potassium, calcium, chloride, magnesium, carbonate, bicarbonate, etc. From our perspective, a few of these electrolytes are important, such as sodium, potassium, chloride, and lithium. While sodium would help you in maintaining the right balance of fluid in the body and also plays roles in muscle contraction, the potassium plays a role in heart arrhythmias and maintaining the pH balance along with chloride. And the lithium plays a role in brain disease management, especially for depression. Now, while you might be feeling that heart means potassium, it's really not the case. Most usually, you're looking at things like kidney malfunction, general physical health, general health of lungs, brain, etc. Most commonly, electrolytes are ordered as a part of either a kidney profile or even more commonly in critical care. When somebody has had a trauma or a major accident and there is an intensive blood loss, managing electrolytes is very, very important. And therefore, you will see that in trauma centers and emergencies, electrolytes are regularly performed. Ozolyte has six major benefits. Remember, we are now talking about the product Ozolyte. The first and the major benefit is that Ozolyte has maintenance-free electrodes. All electrolyte analyzers in the world use two kind of electrodes. Either they are maintenance refilling electrodes or they are maintenance free electrodes like we use in Ozolyte. The benefit of maintenance free electrodes is that the customer is not required to maintain these electrodes by refilling them. Typically, a maintenance electrode would require a electrolyte solution which needs to be filled into the electrode every 1 month or 3 months. But in this case, in maintenance free electrodes, no refilling is required, no membrane change is required. This means that you will install an electrode and then it will last a long amount of time, after which you will change the electrode. This would reduce the machine breakdown time. There, the service cost will be reduced because an engineer is not required for refilling the electrodes, and the machine becomes overall more reliable. So the overall impact is that the machine becomes more reliable with less machine breakdowns and less requirement of a service engineer because of maintenance free electrodes. This is one of the first advantages of Ozolyte. The next unique advantage which Ozolyte offers is septum technology. All electrolyte analyzers use what we call as a valve. Valve is nothing but a kind of a tap which controls the flow of liquid. So it can be closed, which would mean no flow of liquid, and open, which would mean flow of liquid. All electrolyte analyzers use valves. However, valves have a problem that they are prone to normal wear and tear. This wear and tear would cause machine breakdowns. In Ozolyte, we use a special technology called as septum, which is basically a disposable valve. This septum is offered free of cost with every reagent pack that the customer orders. So when the customer orders reagents for Ozolyte analyzer, he gets a free septum. This septum can be replaced by the customer very easily. So while on other machines, valves will cause leakage, malfunction, bad results, breakdown. Septum will ensure that we don't have any machine breakdown because of leakage or valves getting wear and tear. The overall impact of the Septum technology is that the customer gets a much higher reliability, a lesser service requirement, and lesser number of breakdowns because of valve failure. Another unique feature of Ozolyte is programmable calibration cycle between 1 and 12 hours. One must understand that electrolyte analyzers require regular calibration which is performed automatically by the machine. On most machines, this calibration needs to be performed every 2 hours. This means that on a standard electrolyte analyzer from a competitive product, almost 12 tests in a day are used only for calibration. In case of Ozolyte, we have an ability to calibrate up to every 12 hours. That means while in case of a competitive product, it might be that the calibration is using 12 tests in a single day. In case of Ozolyte, this can be as low as only 2 tests and 2 calibrations in a single day. Additionally, we have a standby mode which further reduces the cost of the reagent used, and as per the customer workload, we can define what should be the calibration cycle, and if we use a longer calibration cycle, then the overall impact is that the customer gets the benefit of lower per test cost. Another unique advantage of our Ozolyte analyzer is the use of reagent management system. This system, which comes as a small chip with every reagent pack, is responsible for checking the quality of reagent with regard to its expiry. It ensures that there is no air aspiration, and it also checks that the open vial stability of the reagent is not crossed. This means the customer even accidentally will not use an expired reagent, and the quality of the result is accordingly assured. Let's not forget that one of the main aspects in diagnostics for any instrument is the quality of results. Here, Ozolyte scores highest because we offer both the FDA approval and the CE mark. FDA approval is the most difficult approval to get, and it proves that the results of this analyzer are excellent and meet the requirements of US regulations in terms of the quality of the results. We also have the CE mark, which is slightly easier to get but proves that the product is suitable as per European standards. If you will look at most of the competitors from China or India or other places, you will realize that none of them have an FDA approval, and this is a proof of the highest quality that our machine offers. The next point, which is a feature of our machine, is that our probe can be tilted to about 45 degrees. By tilting the probe by about 45 degrees, even a smaller amount of sample, like pediatric samples, can be aspirated. So these are the 6 major points which make Ozolyte special. First, maintenance-free electrodes, which reduce the machine downtime, make the machine more reliable, and do not require any maintenance from a customer side for electrodes. Second, septum technology, which replaces the valve. We know that valves have a problem that they break down and there is leakage. We have no such problems with septum, making the machine more reliable. programmable calibration cycle from 1 to 12 hours, which can help you in saving reagent costs. A reagent management system which ensures that even by mistake, the customer will not use an expired reagent. FDA and CE mark has a proof of quality of the system and a 45 degrees pro position which allows the user to aspirate sometimes even lesser volumes of sample.